Hello Internet! So here are some updates of my traveling. I know I said I was going to do videos showing you everything in the city, but that kind of went on the wrong direction. I'm just going to give you a little update. Now I am in Prague. I just arrived a few hours ago. The traveling was kind of a nightmare. I was supposed to come to Prague after Berlin, but since there were no place in the hostels on Friday, I did a detour in Frankfurt. So after 2 nights in Frankfurt, I wanted to go back to Prague because I had booked a night. But the only way I could go to Prague was to pass through Berlin again. So that made me go back on my steps. And so I haven't really slept all night. I tried to sleep in the train, but it's kind of difficult and uncomfortable. But now I wanted to go take a nap, but I cannot check in before 2 in the afternoon. Basically, since the weather is really nice, I'm gonna go do a little walking tour, get to know a little bit the history of the city, and that's it for now. So yeah, that's my little update. I'm in Prague for 2 nights, and then Vienna, as I told you. And right now I'm in a park, just sitting, taking a sunbath, and don't worry, I've put sunscreen on. I'm not stupid. Okay, here's a big, nice building, but I have no idea what it is because I'm not really good in history. And down here you have a big street with that statue, which is really popular in everybody's taking a picture of it, but I don't know why. And who is that guy? Right here you can see the McDonald's up in the air and the Starbucks right behind, and that's where the magical Wi-Fi appears. So basically everywhere there's a McDonald's or a Starbucks, you get internet, free internet, which is awesome. Oh, shut up! Okay, I'm going down the street to go take the tour. In case you haven't heard me, because of the ambulance, here in the Starbucks and here in the McDonald's, that's where the Wi-Fi, the free Wi-Fi appears. Wow, that view is magnificent. That street. I think I'm gonna just stop here and do a panorama. Okay, so if you don't know what's a panorama, I'm gonna put a link below of the one I did right here. So you can see basically I just used an iPhone app to take pictures and gather them all together to do a 360 view. Yeah. Okay, to show you how much commercial this street is, right here down the street we had the McDonald's and the Starbucks, and where I'm standing right here you have another Starbucks right there, and a few hundred meters right down here, you might not see it, but there's a McDonald's in that building. Okay, one other thing they have a lot is those change store. The reason behind that is because they are in the European Union, but they don't have the euro, they have the Czech crown. I'm going to show that later. Okay, that's the third McDonald's on the same street. I think they really are overdoing it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just go take their internet to upload my panorama. Hey look, another change store. The view here, so many people. Another change store. And just another one. Okay, I'm now in the old square where everybody's taking pictures of everything. Right here in the back you can see the church, which is I forgot the name, but every city has its own old church. And here you have the astronomical clock. I don't know how it works. Oh my god, this looks so tasteful, yummy. If I had a smellometer, I'll send that smell to you. Okay, so I just found myself a nice little place to eat right beside the main river. So I'm just benching here to eat my lovely little lunch. I'm eating really well. So here's the map of Prague. Basically this is where I am right now. this here is the old town square where I was like 10 minutes ago. This is the main train station from where I came from, and my hostel is right there. And if you look here to the left, you can see far the Prague castle, which is a must do. It's right there. That will probably be for tomorrow. Now I have 1 hour to kill to eat before I have to go back to the old town square for the free tour. Okay, let's go eat. Okay, so the guy from the tour said that at 2 o'clock the astronomical clock is going to do something interesting, so I'll be waiting for that. That was it. Not impressive at all.
It used to show 2 different times, Middle Europe time and All Bohemian time. All Bohemian time is represented by the ring, the biggest ring of the strange numbers. You probably don't know how to read them, right? No worries about that, which if people do not read them either, they are pretty old, no one really cares about them anymore, right? Because the Bohemians, they usually count the hours from the sunset. When the sun goes down, that was the first hour, right? Differently, the Middle Europe time was counted like we do. It starts over there, where this thin white tower with the red roof is, you see? And it goes all around the hill, up to the white complex of the buildings with the black roof. And there is a small stick on the top. There used to was a flag, which is presidential flag. When it waves, it means President Václav Klaus is in the country working really hard. If it's not waving, like now, he's probably somewhere. But sometimes we would like to know where he is and what does he do. Because you guys maybe heard about the famous scandal of Czech President, what happened? Like a year ago? Stolen a pen, exactly, yeah. He stolen a pen, he said, oh, it was just an accident, but guys, it wasn't. You seen the shot? They filmed him. He didn't know he's filmed. When someone was having a speech, he was like, woohoo! It secretly goes under the table from one hand to another hand and then to the pocket. Tell me about accident, no, no way. Great representation of Czech country. Shame on him anyway. So, back to the castle. Castle was never like this, of course. When they found it, it was year 880, and they finished 1929, so it took like 12 centuries almost to finish that. All right. Why it took that long time is because many guys, many leaders of that country, they were not Czechs. These were Habsburgs, the German people from the Austrian-Hungarian Empire, and the center of the power wasn't always here in Prague. It used to was in Vienna, so they didn't care that much about to finish the Czech land. But anyway, some kings still staying here, and every single king who came, he would like to have something which represents himself, all right? So that's why we have many different buildings, because every single king which came built something different, and it's like a huge mosaic of architecture. We have a Romanesque style, Gothic style, Baroque style, Renaissance style. Everything is up there in the castle, really stuck together. Sometimes some windows doesn't really fix together. Also the roof is a little bit screwed, but anyway. Prague Castle also has the oldest Catholic church, which is on your right side from the cathedral. There's 2 white tin towers over there. You see, this is the oldest Catholic church, coming from year 920. So the oldest Catholic church was founded in 920 and by the king called Bořivoj and his wife Ludmila. Bořivoj, again the strange letter, he was the first Christian king in that country, confirmed by the Pope. All right. Next thing is the cathedral, which we have in the center. St. Vitus Cathedral was found in 1344 by that famous king called Charles IV. I told you about him in the beginning, right? The one who built the bridge also. The Charles IV elevated Prague from bishopric to archbishopric, so they needed a cathedral. Well, they also started 1344, but they also finished 1929. Same reason, because that country belongs to German nation, so they didn't care that much. And actually what is making the cathedral a little bit unique, because this is the only cathedral in the world finished in 20th century in Gothic style, and the guys, the builders, the last finishers of the cathedral, they have statues up there. But these guys, they don't wear togas, they wear business suits. So we have a Gothic cathedral with the statues of the guys with a business suit, which is kind of really unique, I guess. Well, I think you won't find anything like that in the world. So, guys, I would like to take you up to the castle right now, of course, but as you can probably know, we don't have enough time for that. Now, I will talk about the Charles Bridge, which is over there. Guys, Charles Bridge is the oldest bridge in Prague, but it's not the first one. first bridge which was crossing that river was a wooden bridge from 11th century. But that wood wasn't correct material for that river actually, so it was destroyed a couple of decades later. Then in 12th century, king called Soběslav II, one who actually started fortification in the castle, he said, I want the stone bridge there, really strong one. So they built one and he called it Judith Bridge. Why he called it Judith Bridge is because his wife was Judith and he probably loved her so much. But we historians from the historical pictures and sources know that that lady was like a little bit bigger than him, so she maybe just convinced him. Or we don't really know the truth, but anyway, that bridge disappeared in 1342 because there was a huge ice storm destroyed the bridge. So 15 years later in 1357, Mr. Charles IV came, the wisdom king, finally said, guys, bring me something really massive. I want that bridge survive everything. So architects came, builders came, and also these guys, without them you couldn't do actually anything in those days, astrologists, right? They jumping around the Charles IV like saying, Mr. Charles IV, you really have to start to build that bridge 1357, 9th of July, 5:31 in the morning, otherwise that place is gonna disappear again, alright? So Charles IV was really superstitious about that, and they actually really started 9th of July, 5:31 in the morning in 1357. Well, at least in those days, astrologists were right, alright? We really have the bridge still here. It survived all these bad floods, even the one in 2002 when the huge flood covered with the water all Prague almost, right? So, and the legend about the bridge says that they actually used like thousands and thousands of raw eggs they put inside. It means the red eggs are like drying, they're like glue, right? The stones are really stuck together because of that. Once in 20th century, researchers made a research on the left side of the bridge, and they said, no, sorry guys, that's bullshit, no eggs. It's just a legend, alright? So then, a couple of weeks later, they're repairing the right side of the bridge, and another researchers from another university made another research, and they said, yes, we found the eggs, and also pieces of the milk and pieces of the wine. So the Czech people reading those two articles like, eggs, no eggs. Eggs, no eggs, whatever. Charles Bridge is there, right? That's really important for us. No one cares about eggs anymore. Also, what do we have, guys, up there? Are 30 statues on the Charles Bridge, 30 different names. Are you ready to learn about all of them? No, let us skip about. You can actually maybe learn about one guy. One guy is called Jan Nepomuk. That guy was a priest in that cathedral during the times of Charles IV's son, Wenceslav IV. Charles IV was really good king, alright? Everyone loved him, all these things are named after him. His son Wenceslav was really bad. He was actually kind of bastard, womanizer, drinking all the time. Pope really didn't like him. 2 times they trying to put him to the prison and take him out of the throne, but 2 times he managed how to figure everything out, and he was still staying on the throne. So the thing is, when that guy was leading the country, he had a really beautiful wife, one of 10 wives actually he had. And with that wife, he was really suspicious about her because he thought that wife is cheating him. So he wanted to know, and he asked the priest, man, tell me, what does my wife says during the confession when she talks to you and telling all these secrets? I want to know. And the priest was like, well, sorry, Your Majesty, but that's between me and your wife. It's a Catholic secret, and the God, of course, right? It's a Catholic secret, I can't say anything. Well, that was the wrong answer for the king. They tortured him like 5 days, and they asked him again. No way, this guy didn't say anything. So they threw him out of the Charles Bridge, and poor body of that guy probably swam to Germany, because that river goes to Elbe and the Elbe goes to Germany. Well, what the Catholic legend says, angels came from the sky in that day and they took his body up to the heaven, and then 5 new stars appeared on the sky in the night, right? Well, we historians have a source and theory which is actually that we know the queen, she really had a lover, and we know who was the lover. The priest. Priest was the lover. That's why he was so strong actually. Well, I can't really prove it, I wasn't alive in those days, but it sounds logical, right?
Jak jsme to slyšeli, přátelé, pojďme teď jedním velkým aplausem zvednout vlajky nad hlavu a dát stát jim hold! Pryč! Tak pojďme! Zkusil rychle srovnat kotouč na čepeli, ale Němec ho nepustil ke střele.
On se snažil obrů Němce překvapit, rychle si ten kotouč přehodil, viděl, že je docela...
Hey, what's up? Can you guess where I am now? You know what? I couldn't resist. I love it so much. McDonald's. Oh my god. Plus, I'm so tired. What I wanted to do when I came in, I wanted to just go sleep, take a nap. Instead, I went out for a walk. Now it's 5:30, and I'm done with my day. I'm going to the hospital, check in, check on the internet. We put a few pictures on the internet, and yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that the historical part of the tour wasn't too long. Well, you can always pass and just skip it, but for the rest I hope it was nice. And you know, all the cheering at the end, it was for the final of hockey league. I don't know which hockey league, the final Republic Czech against Finland, and they won. So that's great, I was there. Oh, by the way, in McDonald's, here in the Czech Republic, in Prague, when you buy a combo, a trio of something, you get a bottle of water. Cool, huh? Oh, one last thing before I leave you, because, no, actually three more things before I leave you. Number one, the McDonald's was really good. Number two, there is actually a reason why I didn't make any video during the last week and a half. I'm not gonna tell you right now, but there's a reason, and the reason is not that I was missing time. So I'm gonna leave that maybe for a near future. And number three of the things I wanted to say before finishing this video. Actually, I'm gonna keep that for tomorrow. So stay tuned for next video. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm gonna go sleep. I'm really tired. Plus, my battery is getting low. So, good night.